Well, we've arrived at Cairns. We had to come here because Tom's rear tyre wasn't going to last the distance. That thing probably only covered about 300 k's. For the record, it was a Michelin Anarchy Wild, and it's the one the bike shop recommended. It's probably a great tyre, I don't know, but not suitable for adventure touring. So yeah, less than 3,000 k's and it was toast. Tom's been lucky enough to find one in stock here. They fitted it for him. Me, these are the tools I should have left home with. Well, at least the right sized one with a long handle. I've had to go out and buy these. But yeah, like I said, what you should do is any maintenance on your bike at home, you should use the tools that you carry with you on the road. That way you won't make the same mistake I did. Anyway, I've got some tweaking to do. Okay, we're leaving the caravan park at Cairns. We've only stayed here long enough to do what we've had to do. Both Tom and I have been to Cairns separately many times, so we're not your regular tourists here. He's had the rear tyre swapped out. That'll get him home. Dunlop D606, pretty standard for that bike. Good rear tyre, cheap, economical, good for about 5,000 or 6,000 kilometres. So yeah, we've only been in town long enough to do what we've had to do. Tom went shopping yesterday, bought some oil and a couple of filters. He thinks he's going to have to do another oil change pretty shortly. I think there's still some contamination in that oil from when he drowned it. Today, initially, we've got to get over the Great Dividing Range, and that's going to provide some entertainment with lots of twisties. It'll be all sealed today, I think. Our destination is, well, we may make it to Hewenden, then again we may not. It's about 600 k's, we're leaving late, but today we'll go from this tropical environment to one which is quite remote and arid. As soon as we get over the range, you'll notice a big difference in terrain and even temperature. But anyway, that's a few hours ahead of us. Tom's got a new rear tyre. He needs to be a little bit conservative. He'll come with a wax coating, and if he's not careful, he'll lose the rear end on some of these bends. So he's just taking it nice and easy, and that's okay. we've just pulled over. Tom has said that his bike just lost all power, just stalled. So obviously electrical somewhere. Battery terminal, main fuse. I don't know. Ravensthorpe's just up the road 10 k's. Find a cafe and do some exploring. I know we've decided to bypass Ravens Hoe. Tom's bike is okay, so we're just going to push on. Again. The face says it all. Yeah, it's stalled again. I'm going to find a place in the shade maybe and do some diagnostics, some fault finding. Doing nothing is not an option. I guess he's going to push on to Mount Garnet, 16 k's. There's some infrastructure there, cafe perhaps. Well, we've pulled over rather suddenly to a rubbish tip. Maybe he's going to leave the bike here. Well, he's leaning more towards a fuel issue than electrical. He's drained the carburetor, the fuel bowl, which is easy to do in the DR650. It's just a screw down the bottom of the carburetor. So we'll see if that makes a difference. The bike must be playing up again. He's doing a lot of fiddling. He'll increase speed, then slow down. Increase speed, slow down. Something obviously not right. Alright, we've made it to somewhere. That'd be pretty stressful and frustrating for Tom too, not knowing whether that thing's going to just fail at no notice. So my guess is we'll probably stop here, have a break, and do some fault finding. Alright, the resin has been bending down and mucking around with stuff. He seems to think it's a case of the fuel taps are blocked. He's had a look inside the tank. There's quite a bit of crud in there. Doesn't surprise me. I mean, the block has been through the ringer. So the plan is we'll get to Hewenden, or near Hewenden. It's about 3 hours away. We'll pull up short of that, bush camp, or camp at the caravan park. This tank will be pretty well empty by then, so the tank will be off again. Probably remove the fuel taps. Yeah, I've got a filter on them, but of course. Another unscheduled stop. Watch Hill Plains Station. It relies on head pressure. Lean the bike over this side, turn that side fuel tap off. That's off. Lean the bike over this side and get as much fuel as we can on this side.
Just going to check this filter.
I think we might be calling it a day. It's probably getting to the point now where he can't manage it without doing something. Oh no, just looking for some shade. Well, we were forced to pull over because that was becoming dangerous. We had vehicles behind us. Made a couple of adjustments. He thinks it's definitely fuel orientated. We've made a couple of adjustments and he's just gone for a bit of a road test. He'll know within the first couple of kilometres whether it's right or it's wrong. No, it's not right. Even I can hear that. Alright, definitely fuel orientated. You can smell raw fuel when the bike is stationary. It runs, it idles. He's going to take the tank off, going to take the bottom of the fuel bowl off and take out the main jet. We've got nothing to clean it with, but got to try and do something. Can't do nothing. I don't think we'll make Hewenden. Hewenden would have an auto shop there for carby cleaner and the like, but I don't think we'll make that. It's 3:30, 150 k's. Oh, close. Oh no, his overall speed is reduced. Anyway, we'll keep plugging away. It's going to be good. He was sitting constantly on 85, 90 k's an hour, and now problem we face is that both sides of the road have got fence lines on them, so bush camping is going to be difficult, so we can find a track off the main road. On another note, yesterday we were in tropical rainforest. Today we're in, I don't know, what do you call this? Arid, semi-arid vegetation. I guess the point I'm trying to make is here in Australia, it's adventure ride utopia. We've got the snow, we've got the jungle, got the beaches, got the deserts, got it all, and no passport required to travel internally. So yeah, adventure ride utopia here in Australia, folks. We're pretty lucky. He's decided to take one for the team. He's told me to go forward to Hewenden. It's getting late. Bush camping could be difficult. So, yeah, I'll hopefully be there in time and find a caravan park, sort of lock us in, take it from there. Arrived in Hewenden, quicker than I should have. I don't want to take any longer than I had to because it's after 5 o'clock now. I don't know what time these places close, and we can't afford to be too selective, of course. And I don't know how long it'll take Tom to catch me. Yeah, dangerous time of the day to be on the road, lots of wildlife and livestock. But anyway, I'm in town now. Just keep driving around, I guess, until I find a caravan park. I don't know how big Hewenden is. Not very, I don't think. There's a sign there indicating caravan park this way. Dinosaur Way Tourist Drive. Road to Winton, which is the road we've got to take anyway. Left here. Metres on the right. Plenty big enough at least. Yep, still open. Beauty. Oh, that didn't take Tom long at all. I mean, I was only here long enough to put up my tent and buy a 6-pack of beer, and he rolled into town. He's behind me now, so that's good. Enough daylight for him to get his tent sorted, and he thinks he's found the problem. He replaced one fuel filter, he didn't replace the other one. It's quite old and it's got a crack on it, so it's probably sucking air under acceleration.
So I believe that it's been obviously when the carby's open and it's sucking air, so it's not filling up, but that's what I believe anyway.
Well, we'll know tomorrow, won't we?
Yeah, we will. just waste fuel, mate.
Is your fuel sorted, your fuel problem? Yeah. Alright, day 21. We're away. Tom took the bike for a road test this morning. He thinks he's solved the problem with his fuel. Yeah, one of the fuel filters was cracked, and whenever that happens, I mean, your fuel system has to be airtight. If you've got a hole in a pipe or a hose or a crack anywhere, it's easier to suck air than it is to suck fuel. And that's why his bike was starving of fuel. If you don't believe me, next time you have McDonald's, get the straw, put a small hole in it and try drinking your Coke. You'll find it's very, very difficult. It's the same principle. But anyway, yes, hopefully his problems are solved. I'm sure it won't be the last. From here, we're at Hewenden at the moment. We head towards Winton to Boulia. I think most of today that's going to be sealed. Hopefully there'll be a bit of unsealed stuff thrown in there for good measure. No service next 213 kilometres, which is probably Winton. Uh-oh, this can't be good. What's happened? Smell of fuel. Something leaking.
Well, it's cutting out the same as it was last time.
Well, initially it looked like he found his mojo back, but that was okay for 20 minutes, sitting on 110. We just keep pushing on. The problem we face is the further out we go, the further remote it becomes, the less infrastructure and facilities are going to be available on parts. Anyway, we'll keep soldiering on. This can't be good. We're going to die out here. Alright, we're in Winton, where Tom's going to buy some fuel line. Chrome won't get you home, fellas. Chrome won't get you home. We're in Winton. We're going to pick up some fuel line, and Tom still suspects there's an air leak somewhere. So he'll buy some fuel line while we have the opportunity, and he'll probably replace all his fuel lines later on this evening, I guess. Okay, we're off again. Tom's been able to buy some fuel line, the T-piece, no clamps, but that's alright, we'll improvise. Tom gets to take his tank off again later today, which he always looks forward to. He knows how to do that in his sleep now. Righto, from here to Boulia. I doubt whether there's much in between. At least we'll have a tailwind. We had a crosswind up until now, it's been horrible. Alright, we're just entering Bullia. Not the first time we've been here on this trip. We went through here and entered from the south when travelling north from Birdsville through to Mount Isa. And this time we're approaching from the east, heading west. My guess is we'll probably be here long enough just to refuel. Still got quite a bit of daylight left. Still get an hour's riding under our belt. Tom would want to drain as much as he can out of that tank, because that'll have to come off again later this evening. After a brief discussion, we both agreed we'll stay at the caravan park, which suits me fine.
That's the plan. I just don't know why it's leaking, mate.
We're about to leave Bullia. Hopefully Tom's problems are all sorted out. Just been talking to the local roo shooter. Tom and I were having a cup of coffee in the roadhouse. Saw the roo shooter pull up. Had some questions. Just curious, I guess. Anyway, he uses a 223 or 5.56, depending on where you come from. They're the same calibre. Gets paid by the kilo, $1.40 a kilo. And the roos he shoots are actually used for human consumption. Been doing it since about 1981. So there you go, Australia folks. We kill and eat one of the animals on our coat of arms. From here we're going to head towards Alice Springs. Alice is about 800 kilometres away. We won't be there today, of course. Hopefully Tom's problems are all sorted, but I guess we'll know more soon enough. Going on the Donahue Highway on the Queensland side, then it becomes the Plenty Highway once in the Northern Territory. They've been slowly but surely sealing this section from the Donahue. It's 250 k's, it's about 70 that's unsealed still. No, not fixed. Doing the same thing it was doing yesterday. So it's not an air leak. Maybe to lose some patience with it now. Probably set fire to it by the end of the day.